Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. We're about to get into Real Housewives of Atlanta. This season 13, y'all. I ain't really got too much to say about this episode. It was an opener. Introduce us to the ladies again. Let's talk about what we think this season will be. I feel like at this point, Real Housewives of Atlanta is like a nice, unpredictable bowl of Zuppa Tuscana soup from Olive Garden. If y'all don't know, that Zuppa Tuscana potato, sausage, kale soup at Olive Garden, that's my thing. I always go get like a little half-gallon huge container for like $14, and I can sit and have that for lunch every day for a week. One thing, if you are a Zuppa Tuscana lover like myself, you never know who was the chef of the day. If it's going to come out and be that bomb-ass Zuppa you've been dreaming about tasting all month, or is it going to be some bland-ass, undercooked, ain't hardly got no potatoes, the kale is still bitter, bullshit. But you know what? No matter what's in that container, Angie going to eat it because that's how much I love Zuppa Tuscana. And that's how I feel about Real Housewives of Atlanta right now. Like, I don't know if this is going to be a great season or if this is going to be a bunch of bullshit, but I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch and I'm going to review. So let's get into it. I don't want Real Housewives of Atlanta to turn into the Monique and Candace fight 2.0, like with Strippergate. I don't want this to be a whole season about did Portia and Tanya really fuck this stripper, because I already in my mind don't think they did. I feel like it's some editing bullshit and some Kenya twisting for a storyline. And that's what's making me think the season is going to be dry if that's all they're going to have to give. Anyway, let's just jump right into it. First off, all the ladies talking about how much weight they gained over the quarantine. Who hasn't? Who hasn't? Shit, we ain't did shit but sit in the house and eat. At the beginning of the quarantine, I was doing good because it was warm outside, so I was still going outside walking. I was working out. I was still doing a little bit of Zumba at LA Fitness. And my doctor had me on this medicine. And I think at the beginning, I lost about 20 pounds. And then when it was a true shutdown, you got to really sit in the house, can't go nowhere. I think I gained all that 20 pounds right back. So I'm even. Like, I broke even. At least I ain't on the 20 plus. I'm going to get it back together. I'm going to get it back together. Moving on. Let's start with Portia, because Portia is the center peach holder. And it's unfortunate that they can't have a new photo shoot for some new pictures, because I'm over that damn yellow. But Portia is the center peach holder. And I like how, first, Portia wins that confessional look hands down. That sheer mesh, glittery, I don't know what kind of material that was, but it had the same headband with that big hair. Oh, Portia, and you know she slays the face. Portia looks the best in the confessional, hands down. I like how everyone addressed Black Lives Matter and having that talk with your children. I like how everyone addressed that at the beginning of the episode, because I feel like Housewives of Atlanta is an African-American show. So let's get to the issues that really mean something to us African-Americans. Like, let's get to some real shit and not always the bullshit of y'all ladies fighting. So I appreciate that moment. I appreciate everything Portia has done for justice for Breonna Taylor. And I believe Portia, and I appreciate everything she's going to do with her activism going forward. Like, I love the growth of Portia in her storyline. Like, I watched her on Andy's Watch What Happens Live after the show, or it came on after Potomac, but Portia is just, the way she speaks is just more intelligent. Like, I ain't never saying she was dumb, but just the way she knows how to say what she needs to say, and I just like Portia. Like, Portia has always been one of my favorites. Some people don't like Portia, but I love Portia. And I just love the growth of Portia. And Portia is someone who, if they ever had to recast Atlanta, keep Portia, because she's someone who has a storyline that I think if she just lets it happen naturally, I would love to see more of her. Now, what I want to know, Portia, this season, we going to get to really know why you and Dennis ain't together, like why for this time you gave that ring back, or we just going to have to assume it was cheating, because that's what I'm assuming. And I don't want to see no more damn therapy. And that's it. So I don't know what Portia have to give. I appreciate everything she gave this episode. I hope we get to see a little bit more. I hope we get to see a little bit more of the activism. And I wrote in my notes, Portia, has that show, The Chat Room, that comes on after some of the Bravo shows. Portia, that show would be a hit if you get rid of Giselle ass. Like, I can't do Giselle. I already do Giselle just because I want to watch Potomac. I can't give you no more of my time after that. Like, it could have been anybody else. It could have been Robin on there and I would watch it. But I ain't watching. Moving on. Let's go over to Candy and what Candy have talking about. Now, this hair, I'm taking it out today or tomorrow. First off, y'all done seen that cute commercial with Ace and Mama Joyce, and they doing something, reading books. I ain't really pay attention to what the product was, but I just think that is so cute. Candy, you are a mogul. You are a true boss bitch. You done got, because I've seen it outside of the Housewives. Like, you done got your mama and your son on a national commercial. You go, girl, Candy. I love Candy. That blue hair in the confessional ain't it, though, girl. It ain't it. I mean, all the money you got, you can't steal Portia stylist for a couple of hours. I mean, moving on. Candy opened up all these restaurants. Congratulations. I've already seen on Instagram that the Blaze Steakhouse, that is so cute. You tied that in with your daughter's name. You know how to make some money, girl. The Blaze Steakhouse is not open. I'm sure it's following all of the COVID standards for restaurants, not full capacity. But congratulations, girl. If I ever get back to Atlanta, I am going to try. I still ain't tried Old Lady Gang. And I love a good steak. I might try Blaze too. I don't care nothing about this open a restaurant storyline with you and Todd. We done seen y'all open restaurants. What I really, 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 really don't care about is this child support storyline with your baby daddy Block and your grown ass daughter Riley. Riley, you look good. Now, she did something. I don't know what it is, but Riley, you look good. Hell, them damn, what's their name? Zodiac daughters did something, so you can too. Hell, everybody doing it. But the child support storyline is old, it's tired, it's late, and to me, it's somewhat inappropriate. Like, Candy, I'm going to tell you this, and to each their own. To each their own. Not everyone is going to feel the same way that I feel about it. But outside of the income, because I got maybe 5% of Candy's millions, maybe 1%. Shit, I don't know. Outside of the income, I feel like Candy's situation with her daughter and Block is the exact same situation with my son and his dad. They might be on a little bit better terms, but I'm gonna tell you why they on a little bit better terms. Because I don't involve my son in none of the bullshit. None of the bullshit. My son is 17. He knows what his dad has and has not done for him. He knows. I understand the whole child support. I guess, and everyone has the right to think and move however they want. But I feel like it's inappropriate, especially the part where you said to Riley, your dad called me and said, I'm a greedy bitch for wanting child support when I'm already rich. I would not trust and believe. His dad would not call me a bitch. But trust and believe, if we had that type of argument where he did call me out of my name for whatever reason, I'm not going to repeat that same argument to my son, because ultimately, whatever goes on between me and his dad in the past, all that bullshit, is between me and his dad. It has nothing to do with the relationship I want my son to have with his father. Right now, at 17, this is going out. But Candy may watch this, and maybe she might take this little bit of advice from me. Right now, at 17, everything my son's father has not done, I am now at a point in life where I just no longer care. Like, I'm getting ready to write this last tuition payment to his high school, just like you done paid that last tuition payment to Riley's high school. The only difference is you can afford NYU. I can't. Shit, we doing student loans over here. But moving on, let's not get off subject. I feel like financially, whatever he has not done, oh the fuck well. It ain't no hundreds of thousands of dollars in back child support, but whatever that number is, his ass ain't gonna pay it, and I know it. And it's at a point now where even though I know I deserve it, my son deserves it, my son has not lacked for anything, just like I'm sure Riley has not lacked for nothing. Everything my son has ever wanted, I was blessed with a career where I can afford to pay for it. And if I couldn't, his grandparents have spoiled him rotten. Everything my son has ever wanted, he has had. Every football camp he's ever wanted to go to, he has went to. Everything he's ever wanted to do, I've provided for him. I provided for him a great education. I don't care about looking back into all that drama and on the finances. It's like, Angie, you've done what you're supposed to do. You've been the best mom that you could be. Your son is not lacking anything. Why harp over some money that you're not gonna get? Like, why? What I care about with my son and his father is for them to mend their relationship. Because at the end of the day, you only have one dad. And he's trying, like, maybe my son and his father may be a few steps ahead of Block and Riley, but I really don't know, only based on what Candy put on TV. But all I care about is facilitating that relationship. Come to town. Let's go to football games together. Let's go out to lunch together. Let's do whatever we have to do so you two could be the best son and dad you all can be. I'm not going to tell my son, you know, your dad called me a bitch, because now my son is going to have resentment towards his father and not want to talk to him. And that's not what I'm here for. I'm here just to make sure they have a strong, healthy relationship. And Candy, I know that's what you want for Riley too, but it seemed like you're setting it up for Riley. Well, if he paid his child support, you know, maybe y'all could work something out. It shouldn't be like that. Let that girl have a genuine relationship with her father and fuck the child support, especially coming from a woman who don't need it. Not saying you don't deserve it, not saying you aren't entitled to it, but at the end of the day, Candy, I know if I could walk by a couple $1,000s and like, fuck it, I ain't gonna get it. It ain't worth the fight. It ain't worth putting my son through all this bullshit. Well, if your dad pay his back child support, I guess you can have a relationship with him. No, all I care about them right now is having a relationship. And that's how I've been for the past few years. That's a little nugget I want to give Candy. I gave that way too much. But all I'm going to say, Candy, is I'm going to roll my eyes every time you talk about this child support. Because to me, you a rich woman talking about some bullshit where there's a lot of women out here that ain't got shit and they men ain't doing shit. Moving on. Kenya, I said it on Twitter. Potomac ladies. That's how y'all wear yellow. Kenya has been the only lady in a long time that I've seen, because she rocked the yellow dress on a couple reunions back. She's the only one I've seen do it right. The only one. Kenya, that yellow dress was great. Makeup, not so much. If you do a yellow dress, don't you do yellow makeup. It just made your whole face look yellow. But moving on. Oh, excuse me. I don't care nothing about your marriage drama, Kenya. Social media, right now, we done seen you and Mark laughing, kissing, hugging, having fun with Brooklyn, all over the New York City parks. I don't care. I don't want to. It's like, I believe this man puts you through. I believe it. I believe what he showed on Real Housewives of Atlanta last season is how he truly is, and I believe he gives you the business. But I just don't want to see you go back and forth. I want a divorce. I don't. I want a divorce. I don't. I'm at the point either you gonna get one or you ain't. But you need another storyline besides that. Marlo, no more COVID stunts. Because, Cynthia had a little party in her driveway. Great. Marlo comes up with the thermometer taking everybody's temperature. Marlo, we already know that production makes y'all take these COVID tests. And if anybody was positive, you wouldn't be filming with them. When we watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, and that comes from future episodes as well, we know y'all filming through COVID. We know you are taking all the safety precautions, probably taking tests every day. The last thing, when I'm watching this show to escape the reality of what's going on in the streets, is I want to watch y'all make light of it. Like, I don't want to watch y'all walking around, bitch, COVID, don't touch this, bitch, COVID, 6 feet. Like, y'all bitches, if y'all really cared that much about COVID, y'all wouldn't be filming. So, just film, have a good time. I already know in the back of my mind, y'all being safe, y'all doing the Bravo precautions. When you make little jokes and make light of it, it's not funny, and it just makes me feel like you ain't taking it seriously. Moving on, last and not least is Cynthia. Cynthia, who is always beautiful, her storyline this season is going to be this damn wedding. And I'm going to tell you right now, Cynthia, social media fucked you up. Because I don't want to see a whole season of, Mike, if I can't have this, I don't want to get married. If I can't have this, I don't want to get married. If I can't have 500 people to say they love me and appreciate this wedding with me, I don't want to do it. Bitch, we done already seen you do it. We done already seen you do it with 85% of the guests with no damn face mask on. Ain't nobody get COVID, thank God. It's over and it's done with. I don't want to see a whole season of Cynthia bitching and complaining about it. Like, it ain't like back in the day when you could control what social media put out, and it could be a surprise. Like, does Cynthia really have this wedding or does she not? We've already seen it. And you've had everything you wanted, and you had everybody you wanted there. So all this whining and complaining is just like whining and complaining. It's just like, I don't want to see it. But I do understand. I appreciate Cynthia for explaining why she wants this wedding during COVID, or just even why she wants this second wedding. Because I always thought people, when it's their second wedding, they ain't really care that much. Let's just go on to the courthouse and do it. I understand it was a lot of bullshit with your first wedding. I heard you suing Peter right now for that $170,000. You ain't gonna get it. You just like Candy sitting up here looking for this money from Block. You ain't gonna get it, but hey, put your lawsuit out there, girl. You never know. He might hit lotto or something. Peter done did everything with the money on that first wedding. Your mama and your sister wasn't on board hiding the birth certificate or whatever certificate it was. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And so I understand why you want to do it again, because everything feels right. Your family on board, ain't nobody on bullshit. Your bank account is right. You ain't worried about the finances. It's like, I understand, Cynthia. I thought your wedding was beautiful. Social media ruined it for you, Cynthia. Like, there's no surprise. It's kind of like we got to watch you go through these fake ass motions to get to the wedding we've already seen. And that's it. Like, that's it. I mean, I guess we'll see Drew, Tanya, and this LaToya girl later, and that's all I'm gonna give. I ain't gonna talk over 20 minutes today. Get in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about episode 1. Let me know what you think this season is gonna give. And I'm gonna be back every Sunday, like I said, just like that Zuppa. Just like that Zuppa. No matter what's in that container, I'm still gonna eat it, and I'm still gonna watch it, and I'm still gonna review. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.